Enzo was shocked. He never dreamed that the vase repaired with egg whites would suddenly become an even more valuable treasure. So he quickly pointed at Charlie. "Miss, that's the gentleman who repaired it." Warnia glanced at Charlie, surprised. She wondered how someone so young could possess such a rare skill in antique restoration. With a slight smile, Warnia asked politely, "I'm Warnia, from the Smith family. May I ask which master you studied under?" Jacob, Charlie's terrified father-in-law, heard the name Warnia Smith and was instantly speechless. The Smith family? They're the most powerful family in all of Eris Hill. While they might not be on the level of the super-rich families in Eastcliff, here in Eris Hill, they're an absolute powerhouse, a giant that no one can touch. He never imagined he would run into the eldest daughter of the Smith family here. Charlie, on the other hand, wasn't very impressed by Warnia's identity. The Smith family might be powerful, with assets in the hundreds of billions, but compared to the Wade family's trillions, the difference was like night and day. So he said calmly, "My name is Charlie, but I didn't study under any master, and I don't really have any special expertise." Then Charlie added, "My father-in-law broke your antique porcelain vase. I fixed it. If you could appraise its current value, we can see if we still owe you any compensation." Warnia shook her head and smiled. "Now that you've repaired it, this vase is worth far more than its original value. Logically speaking, our antique gallery is the one that owes you now." Charlie gave a slight smile. "You don't have to be so formal. Since everything's settled here, my father-in-law and I should be going." Warnia's eyes sparkled as she smiled and said, "Sir, I didn't catch your full name. Would you be willing to leave your contact information so we can stay in touch?" With that, Warnia took out her business card and handed it to him. "Sir, this is my card. Please take it." Charlie nodded, taking the card. "My name is Charlie Wade," he said simply, "but I don't have a business card." "That's perfectly fine," Warnia said. "Would it be convenient for you to leave your phone number?" Charlie figured it couldn't hurt to know more people. This Warnia seemed very polite and humble, not at all arrogant or pushy, and he found her pleasant, so he and Warnia exchanged phone numbers. Warnia then said, "Mr. Charlie, would you like me to arrange a car to take you both home?" Charlie waved his hand. "No, thank you. We drove here." Warnia nodded. "In that case, I'll walk you out." Afterward, Warnia escorted the two men to their car. She watched as Charlie drove away before slowly walking back into the antique gallery. As Charlie drove, his father-in-law couldn't help but ask, "Charlie, where did you learn how to restore historical artifacts like that?" Of course, Charlie couldn't tell him the truth, that he'd found a book of mystic knowledge inside the very vase he'd broken. The book was too incredible, filled with so much information that he still needed time to process it all. It was a secret he couldn't share with anyone. So he said casually, "I learned it from one of the janitors at the orphanage." Jacob nodded. "Wow, that's incredibly lucky. If you didn't know how to do that, I'd probably be on my way to jail right now." Then Jacob quickly added, "Oh, and another thing. You can't tell your mother-in-law about any of this, you understand?" Charlie nodded. "I know, Dad." Jacob let out a long sigh of relief, rubbing his face. He said with annoyance, "If I'd known you had that skill, I never would have run. I was exhausted, and I got slapped a few times. Man, what terrible luck!" After a moment, he asked Charlie, "Can you still see the mark on my face?" Charlie said, "There's still a little redness." Jacob, "If your mother-in-law asks when we get home, just tell her I accidentally walked into a telephone pole." When they got home, Charlie was about to head to the grocery store to pick up something for dinner. He called Claire to ask what she wanted to eat, but she told him she was meeting with Doris about a construction plan that evening. Doris was treating her to dinner at the Imgrand Group. A moment later, Doris also sent him a text message. Mr. Wade, your wife is about to get very busy with work here, so she might not be around as much for a little while. Please don't mind. Charlie wasn't an unreasonable guy. He knew business was important, so he replied, just make sure the company food is good. Don't let her just eat takeout. Doris replied right away, don't worry, I'll have our executive dining room prepare the best dinner for her. Okay, thank you. Since his wife wasn't coming home for dinner, Charlie didn't stress about it. He bought some groceries and went home to make a simple meal for Jacob and Elaine. After dinner, the older couple went out to a public Zumba class. Charlie was home alone, his mind still on the mysterious contents of the Book of Mystic Knowledge. Just then, he got a call from Darren. He didn't really want to answer. The guy had been completely obsessed, and when Charlie had tried to warn him, Darren had gotten angry and blown him off, which had really frustrated Charlie. But thinking about it, he felt sorry for the guy. So Charlie answered the phone. Is something wrong? On the other end of the line, Darren was, Charlie, my friend, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have blamed you. Charlie heard how hard he was crying and felt a pang of sympathy. So you know the truth now? He asked. Darren cried. After we talked, the more I thought about it, the more something felt wrong. I used the location tracker on her phone and found a mansion. I knocked on the door and went in to confront them. The guy, his driver, and the housekeeper all beat me up. An ambulance had to take me to the hospital. At this, Darren completely broke down. Charlie, man, I was so blind. I'm sorry I blamed you. Please don't be mad at me. You're my only real friend. If you turn your back on me, I'll have nothing left here in Oris Hill. Charlie sighed. I don't blame you, he said. Which hospital are you in? I'm at City General Hospital, Darren said. He hit my leg with a baseball bat. The doctor said I can't get out of bed for a while. I grabbed that painting you gave me when I went after them. Can you please take it to a pawn shop for me? I sank all my money into that restaurant and now I'm broke. I can't even pay for my treatment. Hearing this, Charlie immediately asked, the guys who beat you up, didn't they pay your medical bills? No. Did you call the police? I did, but it's useless. The cops said since I broke into their house, their beating me up counts as self-defense. That's insane, Charlie said furiously. You just wait. I'm on my way. At City General Hospital, Darren was lying on a bed in the emergency department. He was covered in bruises, and his right leg was in a cast. He looked absolutely miserable. Charlie couldn't help but feel for him. Here was a guy who got played by a woman, and as a result, he didn't just get his heart broken, he got beaten up too. When Darren saw him come in, his eyes already swollen, filled with tears. Charlie? He couldn't help but cry as soon as he spoke. Charlie walked over to him and said gently, Hey, it's okay. She's not worth all this sadness. Darren cried and said, I went after her for 3 years. For her, I had no self-respect. I was basically her doormat. I thought it would all be worth it in the end, but I never expected it to end like this. Now I have nothing. He choked on his sobs and continued. That girl, she doesn't just want to break up with me. She wants to kick me out with nothing. Most of the money I've earned these past few years I spent on her. The $100,000 deposit was also invested in the hotel. But she doesn't even want to pay me back. I was so blind. How could I have liked such a terrible woman? Charlie tried to reason with him. Darren, a real man knows how to get back up when he's knocked down. What about that painting I gave you? That thing could sell for at least $200,000, which is enough for you to start a small business again. Darren nodded. I've got it right here with me. It's a good thing you reminded me, so I brought it. Otherwise, she definitely would have taken it. Charlie said, Good. As long as you still have it, you just lie down and try to relax. I'll go buy you some snacks and pay the hospital bill while I'm at it. Darren was moved to tears. Charlie, you're a true friend. Thank you so much. Don't worry, I'll pay you back, Charlie said softly. Hey, we're friends. Don't worry about it. After he spoke, he left the ward. He had been in such a rush earlier that he hadn't thought to bring anything. Seeing Darren in such a pitiful state, Charlie couldn't stand it. He went and bought him some fruit and then swiped his card to pay a $100,000 deposit for the hospital stay. When he returned to the ward, Charlie saw that the door had been pushed open. As he got closer, he saw Aria standing in front of Darren's bed, her arm wrapped around Logan. Seeing the two of them, Darren yelled, "What are you doing here? Did you come to laugh at me?" Aria sneered. "Who doesn't see you as a total joke?" After saying that, she spat on the ground and then demanded, "I'm here for the painting. Where did you hide it? Give it to me now." Darren said angrily, "Aria, my friend gave me that painting. What do you want with it?" To you?" Aria scoffed. "Get real. Why do you think Charlie gave us that painting? It was a gift for the restaurant's grand opening. And whose restaurant is it? It belongs to my dad." Darren couldn't believe how shameless she was, and his voice trembled with anger. "Aria, don't push it. Your restaurant still has the $100,000 I invested, and you need to give that back to me. As for the painting, it was a gift to me from my friend. You understand? To me."